Hello and welcome to TechTime with Thomas. I'm your host, Thomas, and today we have a special episode that's part of our Tech Exec Insights series. If you're a tech leader looking to stay ahead of the curve, this episode is tailor-made for you. We are diving into DevOps, a topic that is transforming the tech landscape. We will explore what DevOps is and why it matters and how it can streamline your software development and IT operations. So whether you're already familiar with DevOps or just curious, stick around for an executive guide that could be a game changer for your organization. So let's dive right in. What exactly is DevOps? You have probably heard of the term, but let's break it down. At its core, DevOps is a strategy that aims to make the process of making software better and faster. It's about bringing two worlds together, development where the software is created and operations where the software is deployed and maintained. Now, you might be thinking, isn't it what we have always done? Well, not quite. In many companies, these two groups work in silos. They have different goals, different timelines, and often they don't communicate well. DevOps aims to break down these walls. It's not just about using the latest tools, it's about fostering a culture of collaboration and shared responsibility. For tech leaders like you, understanding DevOps is crucial. It's not just a buzzword, it's a way to streamline your entire tech operation. When done right, DevOps can help you release new features more quickly, fix issues faster, and make your entire system more reliable. And let's face it, in today's competitive landscape, efficiency is key. But here's the kicker. DevOps also aligns closely with the business goals. It's not just a tech initiative, it's a business strategy. By improving efficiency, reducing errors, and speeding up development, DevOps can directly impact your bottom line. So if you're looking to gain a competitive edge, understanding DevOps is not just nice to have, it's a must. All right, let's take a quick journey back in time to understand how DevOps came to be what it is today. The term DevOps started making waves around 2009, but the ideas behind it have been brewing for a while. It emerged as a solution to a big problem, the wall between the folks who write the code and the folks who make sure it runs smoothly. Now you might wonder, why does history matter? Well, understanding the roots of DevOps help us appreciate its cultural impact. You see, DevOps isn't just a set of tools or a job title. It is a cultural shift. It's about breaking down silos and fostering a sense of shared responsibility. It is huge, especially for tech leaders. In early days, companies like Amazon and Netflix were among the first to embrace this culture. They showed that when teams collaborate and communicate openly, amazing things can happen, like faster releases, fewer bugs, and happier teams. And let's be honest, in today's fast-paced tech world, who doesn't want that? The rise of cloud computing and data analytics have fueled DevOps, but it's the cultural shift that's the real game changer. Companies are now realizing that to stay competitive, they need a culture that values collaboration, learning, and yes, even failure as a path to improvement. So if you're a tech executive, don't just think of DevOps as a tool set. Think of it as a cultural asset that can help drive your organization's success. All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts of DevOps. The key components are source control, continuous integration, continuous deployment, configuration management, monitoring and logging, and communication collaboration. Let's break down each one to understand its strategic importance. Source control is essentially the library for your code. It meticulously tracks every change, every version. For tech leaders, the value here is immense. If a bug slips through, you can easily roll back to a previous version. It's not just about storing code. It's about managing risks and maintaining control over your software assets. Next up is continuous integration. This is where your code is automatically tested as soon as it is committed. Imagine catching errors within minutes of them being made. This isn't just a time saver. It's a safeguard against releasing faulty code. For executives, this means higher quality products and more efficient use of resources. Once your code is tested and ready, continuous deployment takes the wheel. It automatically deploys the code into your live environment. This is a game changer for speed and reliability. It eliminates manual steps, reducing the chance of human error. For tech leaders, this translates to quicker releases and more agile operation. Configuration management is like your tech playbook. It standardizes the setup across your systems, making it easier to manage and scale. For executives overseeing complex infrastructure, this is invaluable. It ensures consistency and helps in automating repetitive tasks, freeing up teams to focus on more strategic work. Monitoring and logging serve as your organization's eyes and ears. These tools provide real-time insights into system performance and user behavior. For tech executives, this is crucial for making informed, data-driven decisions. It's not just about spotting issues, it's about understanding user engagement and system performance to drive continuous improvement. Finally, we have communication and collaboration. This is the human element of DevOps. It's about creating a culture where teams work together, share knowledge, and take collective ownership of projects. For tech leaders, this cultural shift can be transformative. It fosters innovation, speeds up problem solving, and ultimately makes your organization more competitive. So there you have it, the key parts of DevOps, each with its own strategic importance. Understanding these components isn't just about implementing tools. It's about leveraging them as strategic assets for your organization. So we have talked about what DevOps is, its history, and its key components. But let's get to the heart of the matter. Why does DevOps matter, especially for tech leaders? Firstly, DevOps is a catalyst for speed and agility. In a world where the tech landscape is constantly changing, being able to adapt quickly is a competitive advantage. DevOps enables faster development cycles, meaning you can bring new features to market more quickly. For tech executives, this is gold. It means staying ahead of competitors and meeting customer needs faster. Secondly, DevOps is about quality and reliability. By integrating development and operations, you are not just speeding things up, you are making them better. Automated testing and continuous monitoring mean fewer bugs and more stable systems. For a tech leader, this translates to happier customers and fewer headaches. But here's the kicker. DevOps also has a direct impact on your bottom line. Faster, more efficient processes mean lower operational cost. Improved quality means fewer resources spent on fixing problems. And all of this contributes to better customer satisfaction, which we all know is key to long-term success. Lastly, let's not forget the cultural benefits. DevOps fosters a culture of collaboration and continuous improvement. Teams are more engaged, more productive, and more aligned with the business goals. For a tech executive, this is invaluable. A motivated, aligned team is often the differentiator between a company that leads and a company that follows. So in a nutshell, DevOps matters because it's not just a tech strategy, it is a business strategy. It's a way to align your technical operations with your business objectives. And in today's competitive landscape, that alignment is more critical than ever. All right, we have talked about the what, why, and key components of DevOps. Now let's dive into the tools that can make your DevOps journey more effective. While DevOps is fundamentally about culture and process, having the right set of tools can be a game changer. Let's break down some of the most commonly used DevOps tools and why they matter for tech leaders. First up is Git, the cornerstone of source control. Git allows multiple people to work on the same code base, tracking every change. For tech leaders, Git offers a robust way to manage code versions and collaborate on software projects. It's not just a tool, it's a platform for enabling better teamwork and accountability. When it comes to continuous integration and continuous deployment, Jenkins is often the first that comes to my mind. However, the landscape is rich with options like GitLab CI/CD, Travis CI, Circle CI, and Bamboo. These tools automate the building, testing, and deployment of your code, making your development pipeline more effective and efficient. For tech executives, the choice of CI/CD tool is a strategic one. It's about finding the tool that best integrates with your existing systems, meets your performance needs, and aligns with your long-term goals. The aim is to streamline the development process, reducing the time from code commit to deployment, and each of these tools offers its own advantages in achieving that aim. Docker has revolutionized the way we think about deploying applications. It uses containers to package an application and its dependencies together. For tech leaders, this means easier management and deployment of applications regardless of the environment. It simplifies complexities and brings in operational efficiency. If Docker is the king of containers, then Kubernetes is the king of container orchestration. It manages the deployment, scaling, and management of containerized applications. For a tech executive, Kubernetes offers a level of abstraction over your infrastructure. It allows for efficient utilization of hardware resources, making your applications and operations more cost-effective. When it comes to configuration management, there are several big players. Ansible is known for its simplicity and ease of use, but there are other options like Puppet, Chef, and SaltStack. Each of these tools automates the setup, configuration, and management of servers, making your operations more efficient and standardized. For tech leaders, the choice of configuration management tool is strategic. It's about finding the tool that aligns best with your organization's needs, skill sets, and long-term goals. Regardless of which tool you choose, the aim is to automate repetitive tasks, freeing up your team to focus on more value-added activities. For monitoring and logging, Grafana is a powerful tool. It provides real-time analytics and data visualization, helping you understand how your applications are performing. For tech leaders, this means actionable insights that can drive decision-making and strategy. Last but not least, let's talk about communication tools. While Slack is often cited, it's not the only game in town. Microsoft Teams and Google Chat are also popular choices, each with its own set of features and integrations. The key here is real-time communication and collaboration. These tools break down silos and enable faster, more efficient teamwork. For tech leaders, effective communication is often the glue that holds complex projects together. So there you have it, a rundown of some of the most impactful DevOps tools in the market. Each serves a unique purpose and can be a strategic asset in your DevOps journey. The key takeaway for tech executives is to understand not just what these tools do, but how they can be leveraged to meet your strategic objectives. Before we wrap up this section, it's worth noting that the tools we have discussed today are among the most popular and widely used in DevOps world. However, the landscape is constantly evolving and there are many other tools out there that might be a better fit for your specific needs. The key takeaway is to choose tools that align with your organization's objectives and integrate well into your existing processes. Remember, the right tool can be a strategic asset, not just a technical one. All right, folks, we have covered a lot of ground today. We have talked about what DevOps is, why it's important, and even some of the tools that can help you get started. But let's get real for a moment. Implementing DevOps isn't always smooth sailing. There are some challenges you will likely face, and I want to make sure you are prepared. So let's discuss challenges first. The first big challenge is often the hardest to tackle: cultural resistance. You see, DevOps isn't just about tools or processes, it's about culture. And changing culture can be tough. If you're a tech leader, you likely need to be the champion for this change within your organization. Next up is complexity. DevOps involves a lot of moving parts, different tools, different processes, and different teams. The challenge here is to manage all this complexity without overwhelming your team. And let's not forget about security concerns. When you're moving fast, it's easy to overlook security. That's why many are now adopting DevSecOps, which integrates security right into the DevOps process. Now that we have covered some of the challenges, let's talk about how to overcome them with some best practices. First off, start small. You don't have to change everything overnight. Pick a small project or team, prove the value of DevOps, and then think about scaling it. Second, automate everything you can. The more you automate, the more you can focus on the bigger picture, like strategy and innovation. And last but not least, continuous learning is key. DevOps is a journey, not a destination. Keep learning, keep improving, and don't be afraid to adapt. And that wraps up our discussion on the challenges and best practices of DevOps. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. And with the right strategies, you can make DevOps a transformative force in your organization. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to gaze into the crystal ball. What's on the horizon for DevOps? First step, artificial intelligence and machine learning are set to play a bigger role. These technologies can automate even more complex tasks, taking DevOps efficiency to new heights. Next, everything as code philosophy is gaining momentum. This extends beyond application code to include infrastructure, configurations, and even documentation, all of which could be version controlled and automated. And don't be surprised if DevOps becomes a company-wide philosophy, extending its influence beyond the tech department. So the future of DevOps, it's looking pretty good and exciting. That brings us to the close of this episode. We have delved deep into DevOps, from its key components to its challenges, and even had a glimpse into what the future holds. If you're a tech leader, I hope you're walking away with valuable insights for your strategic decisions. DevOps is more than a buzzword. It's a transformative approach that can add immense value to your organization. Thank you for tuning into TechTime with Thomas. Until our next episode, keep pushing the boundaries and stay ahead of the curve.